Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanda and I live along the Continental Divide in Idaho. And today is kind of a special edition of my YouTube channel because I have a giveaway for those who have been quilting along with me. All of 2019 we've been embarking on the 4x5 quilt block anthology, but we'll do that last. I do want to touch a little bit on a couple of cross stitch related things that I left unsaid last week. If you're new to my YouTube channel, thank you for subscribing. I believe it was in November I did a video and I was going to be happy with 100 subscribers. I was mainly doing this for family members that were living away from me, so they could keep a track and keep up with what I was working on. But I don't know, I think I'm at like 580 or 590 and I was just blown away. So thank you for subscribing. I do have a couple of tools, cross-stitch tools here that I want to share with you that my girlfriend Nicole, thank you Nicole, she knows who she is. She lives in California, Northern California. This is a corner gauge. It's by, let me see if I can get that close for you. It's got some pumpkins on it, and then see it's got a numbering system over here. And then you get to pick how far away you want to be from the corner to start your cross-stitch project. These braces are going to be the death of me. I get them off in September. Anyway, a corner gauge, wonderful shop. It's called Retromantic Fripperies, I want to say. And I did have this needle gauge, and this little sheep has a bird sitting up here, but I recently dropped it, so I'm going to have to glue it back together. But this is for your needle gauge, so you can tell what size of needles you're working with, or crochet hook, and the numbers on the back. And then she also sent me last fall package. I thought it was a needle gauge too, but it's not. Let me hold it against my shirt. It's to hold all your flosses, the different flosses that you will be working with in your cross-stitch project. So thank you, Nicole. These two were sent by her. Love them. And this one I bought, but I love this company because all their stuff looks so old, and I plan on purchasing some more from them. Just a wonderful shop. Etsy, Retromantic Fripperies, F-R-I-P-P-E-R-I-E-S, I believe. Wonderful company here in the United States. Okay, a couple WIPs, and then I'm going to give the giveaway. The first one is from 2007. That's how I've been so concentrating on quilting lately that I need to finish some of these. This is a Lori Brecklin Not Forgotten Farm pattern. It's called Parson Brown. Let me get really close. You see there's a snowman and some trees. In the meadow we can build a snowman. Parson Brown, 1847. And this is how far I've gotten. I need to finish him. Mainly just all the outlining I've done. And that black right here, this black right here is his broom. But I need to get this one done. I want to say this is about a 30 count or 32 count linen. And this is back in the day when I put tape on all my edges before serging. Anyway, that one will get done. The other one I have is Brenda Gervais, With Thy Needle and Thread. This was my birthday start. I had a birthday not long ago. And this is Christmas at Winterberry Farm. But I panicked because you can see I'm kind of close to the edge down here. And I wanted to get that part done before I went on to see if I had enough fabric. And it's going to be a tight fit, but it'll work. Christmas at Winterberry Cabin. Okay, this one I started on Super Bowl day. This was my Super Bowl start. This is Blackbird Designs special delivery, and it's a birth sampler for a little girl. I've made one of these for my granddaughter Emma, who's 8, and I just finished it last year. And now this is for my granddaughter Oakley, who will be 3. And hers I'm doing on white Aida cloth. That's all I've gotten done so far. I will be participating in Stitch Mania, so I'm hoping to have these 3 or 4 finished and then start Stitch Mania. So I can be, I just feel like I'm behind because I haven't been cross stitching for 3 or 4 years. I just feel like there's so many charts that I want to stitch that I'm really running to catch up. So we'll see. But today is February 14th. This is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I've got my red apron on and I'm making a chocolate cake for a neighbor. But this one, many of us are stitching this one today. And this is our start date. Baby, It's Cold Outside, Heartstring Samplery. We're stitching it in honor of Leanne. I love this pattern. I've seen this when it first came out and have been wanting to stitch it, and now I'm definitely stitching it in her honor. But mine is on almost like a burlap. That's how much I've gotten done so far. Let me see if I can move some of this. I got the word baby, the door, and then part of the house done. And these are my colors. I'm having to change the colors a little bit because my fabric is so dark. But that is my start for that. And like I said, I want to get these 3 or 4 done before Stitch Mania happens. Because I have a lot. I've already started acquiring fabrics and threads and whatnot for that. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about here real quickly before I do the giveaway. Project bags. I'm going to be making some project bags for my cross stitch. This one, it's fairly new fabric. It's the new line Northport by Minnick and Simpson. I thought that would make a pretty project bag for one of my 4th of July patriotic starts that I want to do. I want to do John and Abigail. I also want to do the Americana Sampler by Plum Street Samplery. But I thought one of them would go good in this. This one is kind of cute. I love hedgehogs. And it's a hedgehog pincushion and then a regular pincushion and tomato pincushion. And then it'll be lined with just some, I call it shirting, but it's a white, print on white. And this one happens to have some stitching terms: red work, dresser scarf, vintage, linens, buttonhole, French knot, Sunday scallop, knot, Friday stitches, grandma, pillowcase, heirloom. Just some fun. I just thought that'd be a fun project bag. 2 more. This is a new line by Kim Deal, and this is also from Minnick and Simpson, this creamy color. I thought this would make a beautiful bag for a sampler that I want to do. Maybe the My Dear Hearts that I want to start, maybe. My Dear Hearts by Blackbird Design. Beautiful fabric. And then this last one, of course, Blackbird Designs made this. It's like sampler fabric, and I probably have about a yard here, so I'm going to be making some project bags for a future giveaway. I think when I reach about 750, I'll have a giveaway, and then I'm going to have a small quilt giveaway when I reach 1,000 subscribers. So I just love making things. Anyway, this is the lining. I love stitching. I love making things. I love every day for me needs to include needle and thread. I get grouchy if I don't have that by my side. I think stitching of any kind, whether it's sewing, cross stitch, tatting, I do a little bit of tatting, knitting, just anything, needlepoint, crochet, anything makes a woman more refined. And I'm a big believer that we need more refined women in the world. It's just my personal opinion. Okay, now for the giveaway. Most of you already know, in 2019, we embarked together on a, let me put these down while I show you the book. We embarked on, there are 182 different blocks in the 4x5 Quilt Block Anthology by Carol Hopkins and Lena Koenig. I've spoken with Carol way back in the beginning, and she gave me her blessing on this project. And there's 182 different blocks. And this project was quite labor intensive. I'm glad it's done. I loved every minute of it, but it was pretty labor intensive in the fact that you had to cut out 182 different blocks. All the blocks are 5 inches by 4 inches. So there's anywhere from 6 pieces per block up to, I believe I counted, I don't know, 70 or 80 pieces in one block. And I'll try to find that block. But, oh, it's right here. Each one of these blocks has 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 10, and then 10 in between. So 70 pieces in this block. For some reason, I counted more than that. Anyway, there's a lot of little pieces in this block. And then some blocks were really super easy and they had like 4 or 5 pieces to them. But after cutting out 182 different blocks, I am glad this project is done. It's pretty labor intensive. I'll probably take another 6 or 8 months now to put my blocks together. But I wanted to do some cross stitch first. I was kind of burned out on these. But as you can see, 182 blocks is quite the undertaking. So I felt that whoever wanted to sew along with me way back in the beginning, I'm going to try not to dump these, way back in the beginning, if they finished 182 blocks, or I said right around 120, 125, 2/3 of the blocks anyway, that they deserve to have their quilt quilted for free. And since I'm mainly a long arm quilter, I was going to give that quilt top quilting away. All they need to do is provide me with their backing and their batting. I will quilt it and I will take it off my machine and send it back to them for binding. They can do their binding. But these blocks they're done. I'm so excited. They're just done. There's so many different, this one's a fun block. There's so many. All of them are different, 182 different blocks. Some of them had, like I said, 5, 6, 8 pieces, and some had into the 30s, 20s, just a lot of different pieces to them. But the time has now come to draw a winner. There's going to be 2 winners. The first winner will win their quilt top quilted for free. The second winner is going to win the basket of all my scraps that were left over. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. All my scraps left over from making. This was one of my very favorite pieces, but look at the smallness of those pieces. Anyway, the second person was going to win my sewing basket of scraps. And there's some big pieces. Most of I pulled for this were fat quarters. So there's some big pieces left, and then there's some smaller pieces. But before I made this video, I used the random comment picker. And as far as I could tell, there was only 1 finished. So that quilt top quilting will go to Brenda in Canada. Congratulations, Brenda. I will be putting my email down below. Please email me with your address or the particulars, and we will work on getting your quilt top quilted for you. The second winner, her name was Epi Doodle. And please contact me and I will send you this basket of scraps. I enjoyed this project, but like I said, I'm glad it's done. I want to do some cross stitch for a little while, and other projects that I have, my project bags and some knitting that I want to get done. But I am looking forward to quilting Brenda's quilt top. And Epi, if you, like I said, if you want to send me, email me your address, I will send you out my basket, my sewing basket full of scraps. So I hope you enjoy. Happy Valentine's to everybody. Spend time with your loved ones. Enjoy the weekend. It is also President's Day on Monday here in the United States. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for a giveaway at 750 subscribers of some project bags. And at 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a small, like a table runner or a tabletop, maybe a little bit bigger quilt. So stay tuned. Have a great day.